Hey, this is Dan
And Bob.
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to our quick play of Final Fantasy Mobius. Bob, you will notice I'm the highly impressive level of 4.
Whoa, 4?
I've traveled very far, as you can see.
This RPG looks very non-linear. Oh man, there is a branch.
No, not really, because that's
that's
forced.
a temple.
That's
Okay,
obligatory, and I have just traveled past that. But basically, Final Fantasy Mobius is the hallway simulator that is Final Fantasy 13, but you remove the other party members, and you make the story the worst part of Dissidia. Did I miss anything?
I don't know.
Oh, and you add a card system.
Of course, because everyone loves card systems.
That's important to bring up. I'm sorry, everyone. But okay, so I'm heading into the battle. I have my own deck. That's actually up there, and I can swipe through.
And those are
There
like
we go.
ones you could rent or something?
Yes, I'll get to that.
Man, you have like how many decks?
You can have 3.
Okay.
I didn't set up the 3rd because I thought I would double down on being a wizard.
Level
so.
28? What?
Yeah,
I thought
so
you were
I'm
level 4.
Well, that's my player level up there, and that's
Oh.
my class level down there. I'm an apprentice mage, level 28. When you go into the battle or travel to the next node, which is what's actually happening, you get to rent a card from rando online players, and you know that you can use this to balance this out. What?
They actually have a system almost just like this in their other Final Fantasy game they released a month ago for the mobile.
What's that one called? Exvideus?
Exvideus? I don't know.
Exvideus?
Whatever it
You
is.
have your phone. You could pull it
true.
out. And that way we can... So let me finish describing what the system is before we talk about what else it shows up. And you get to rent this card, and there are 4 different elements, at least so far. And I can only use 3 of them. If you look up there under the word select for select rental card, it says I can only use fire, water, and wind. So that's why this bottom one has a road sign there of the flashing exclamation point.
Oh, okay.
If I were to rent that, I couldn't do anything with it. I wouldn't be able to cast it at all.
Huh.
So
You're a magic man, though.
I
You should be able to
decided-
cast anything.
I'm an apprentice, though. Yeah. So I actually have a pretty balanced deck, so I don't need any of these. So we're just gonna rent that. It's a level 5 fire. It's not great, but whatever. This is an always online game, by the way. It's on phone and tablet. Today we're playing on an iPad Mini 4. This game doesn't seem to run well on anything, and on the iPad Mini 4 it runs well below native resolution for the pretty game stuff. So here we are. We're in combat. You can change which of them you're attacking by going to target view and then clicking back out of that. Let me just tap the screen to attack, which is what you do. You don't even have to tap them because you already selected which one you're going to attack.
Right. That makes sense.
So every time I hit them, if you look at that thing at the top, I get orbs. Now, those elemental orbs are necessary to cast my magic. So let's show some of that off. That guy, however, he is ice. So we're going to use that fire spell I got. Actually, I have a better fire spell if I just hit him a couple times and get a red orb. I'm full up and I still haven't gotten enough. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, that does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Because I type matched. Fire's super effective against ice, and ice is super effective against fire.
Right.
And then the other 2, earth and wind, are super effective against each other. Okay, just scanning to see if there are any other enemies. So it's not a paper, rock, scissors thing per se, where each thing is super effective against another. It's 2 couplets.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. It does make it pretty simple.
Yes.
Like, it's easy to remember if it's like that.
So here's the thing here. I have a ton of blue orbs. I could use ice magic, but he's ice, as you can see from the thing next to my pointing finger.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is hit this thing and build a resistance of ice where I dump every... Well, it's ice or water. They changed the phrase. They said change what it said at different points. But in any case, and then you can see above my health there, it says 4 ice defense with the 4 ice shield.
Ah, that's what...
So now it's 3, and every time I get hit, it's going to go down 1 and change how much of a resistance I have. But let's do a lesser flame burst. I'm tired of this guy. So the bottom gauge is a break gauge, and the top gauge is their health. Part of that, see, I broke it, and now I can do a really cool spell that'll do a lot of damage if I had enough red orbs. And it is not dropping any for me because I'm full up on orbs at the top. So maybe I'll just do this, maybe break him. No, that's not enough. But that did free up some space for me to hopefully get a fire. No, it's just giving me everything else. That's cool. Here, we'll do this.
Is there some way to adjust it so you will get more of a certain type?
There are certain things I will go into later.
Okay.
Or maybe right now. Or, you know what? I'm gonna do one more combat. This is irrelevant online scoreboard bullshit. So
I noticed that since the game is brand new, every time I went to a new stage, it was like, rank down.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was on the opposite end of that curve where it's like, rank up, rank up, rank up. Because I was just barely playing more than other people. Jeez. So, instead of going into deck building and other things quite yet, I didn't get out everything I wanted to talk about there. Oh, nice. Fire Aga.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But you can't use that because you're lame.
No,
apprentice mage.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I can't use...
Wait, from Ifrit?
Ifrita's in one of these. Oh my God. That's a thing. Dude, Yuna was in this game as a card. That was weird.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I've never heard of Ifrit.
Yeah, that's in one of them.
I don't remember that.
It's dumb.
I believe it, but God, that's insane.
It's upsetting.
Is there Shiva, man?
Yes. Shivo.
Shivo.
Let me do that. I'll resist some stuff. But yeah, you do your basic attacks as a wizard anyways to basically just build orbs. And since I built up enough of this...
Oh, was that the thing at the bottom?
Yeah, I have a limit break sort of thing. Or a gauge I build up by beating up people. You'll notice it said Reign of Ruin. And that's when the Final Fantasy 13 thing started really hitting home. Where I'm like, I'm trying to break their gauge to stagger them so I can do massive damage to their health.
Yeah, that is very reminiscent of 13.
Yeah, between the hallway stuff and that, and the writing, which is not... It is not great.
I mean...
I just used fire.
13 doesn't have this...
They resisted it.
Not well.
What were you going to say about 13?
The writing in that is not near the level of just stupid that Dissidia and this have.
It's true, I know. Just the hallwayness.
Yeah, the hallwayness
is hilarious.
They heard what people liked and they went for it.
They doubled down.
Right.
They're like, I just wish there were the hallway was even longer. So let's do that Fire Aga business.
It's better look cool.
Also, the music kind of reminds me of the main theme from 13.
Yeah.
So since I used a magic spell, the break gauge on the bottom actually went red. So what that means is it's weakened and will lower faster now to my normal attacks.
Okay, does it have to be a matching magic type or anything, or is it just
no,
magic?
I really could just hit it with fucking anything, and that would work on breaking down its break gauge to stagger it.
Right.
It's gonna resist this. Yep. Should just hit it with a stick.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't have Earth's attack, so you don't have what he's weak to.
No, he is Earth, or he is Wind. Yeah, you're right. It just, to use his exact type against him and be resisted, because it's his type,
yeah,
is bad.
Right.
You think a tree would be Earth?
You'd think.
1.
You'd also think that fire would do damage to tree, but...
Yep.
But yeah, that's when this elemental system becomes a little weird.
Yep. You're seeing it here live in this quick play. Let me use some lesser Blizzara. The idea that they need to say lesser and then still use the Final Fantasy terminology for a lesser version of the spell is humorous to me.
That is kind of weird.
Let me use 2 of those heart elements. Oh, I used both at once, that's right. And then build resistance of his type.
Did the heart element heal you or something?
Yes, it does. You take in the heart orbs you got randomly and just straight heal yourself. 1, 2, there we go. He's broken, and I'm just gonna hit him with stick. Since he's staggered, I actually get extra turns. So long as he doesn't get back up. you know?
Right.
Okay, so I feel I covered combat well enough.
Yeah.
Let's go into the other things. Because damn is there a lot.
Yeah, I noticed.
They do that. Oh, never mind. We get to see a cutscene here live in this quick play.
I'm sure it'll be enlightening.
Well, they'll
So
know
tell me,
exactly what I'm
Blank,
talking about.
did you speak with Sarah?
Hello to you too. And yes, she spoke through the crystal.
That's Garland.
A friendly warning.
Wow.
Yep.
Women are as foul a demon as any, and royal women are the foulest of all.
Is he wearing a fedora
Don't
under
mind
that?
him. He's a heretic. You just trust in the prophecy, and everything will be all right, Kupo.
Does the prophecy say anything about the princess?
Of course it does, Kupo. Princess Sarah and the Warrior of Light are...
Well then,
Not every fool who learns the prophecy should tell it.
The heretic must not enter the castle. Slay him where he stands.
Let me guess. Vox.
you can't hear him.
No.
He's saying, kill the heretic.
He always was a stickler for the rules.
So, I guess I should explain the nude
that
guys
too.
hanging around. At the beginning of this game, you woke up in a primordial ooze, literally on the map called Primordia.
Are you serious?
I'm dead
I
fucking
didn't read
serious.
the map.
Yeah, I was like, man, we just crawled out of the primordial ooze, and yep,
Wow.
Primordia. And it's a bunch of dudes who look like you, just like those guys looked like me there.
Right.
The faces are all terrible, which is why I'm glad I'm covering my face with a hat. But we're gonna change that by having me change my character.
They kind of remind me of Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12.
They remind me of bad modeling.
What did I say?
Or evidence. Yes. Let's see what class I can.
Yeah, there's so many menus.
Yeah, there are. You know what? I realized I never set up another class for a reason. But yeah, instead of getting into that, let me swipe over here and show you. So this is my deck, right? And it's based on me being this job of apprentice mage. There's a skill panel for the job, and you use the materials you've gotten, skill seeds, as they're called and generated by your equipment, to unlock things on this grid.
Okay.
It's not a sphere, okay? It's different.
This is
So,
different.
we're gonna use 100 skill seeds to unlock that, and that'll enhance my ultimate of Rain Ruin, which was that thing I showed.
right.
Let me go ahead and do that. And because I've gotten everything else on skill panel 1, I can now click this to become a full mage, and I saved this just for this quick play. Oh no. So here we go. It's gonna be great. Boom, revel in your newfound power. Unlimited enemy!
I like that it tells you to do that, because you probably
Yeah.
just wouldn't. You'd just be like,
no,
okay, I just
I'd
filled
be
this
like,
up.
oh cool, I got another third locked panel. But yeah, as you can see, each time you're like unlocking new classes. So that one was mage. The bottom right of this is white mage. Bottom right of this is black mage.
Okay, so let's change the mage and see what it looks like.
Okay, that sounds good. I know how to do that, and I'm about to do it for you. Oh, advanced jobs.
Oh, it's about to teach you.
Tap which one?
Yeah,
Oh, it was highlighted.
Yeah, it was highlighted, but back on the previous page.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just scrolled over to make a new deck and change the job
Oh.
of that one, and it won't let me because I'm in a tutorial.
Right.
Okay, so in any case, boom. Now I'll be perhaps a little bit cooler of a dude in a hat. Oh, yeah.
Now I have a really dumb coat.
Yeah, hell yeah. But man, dude, I go to all the balls.
But, I mean, you're not showing off your cool tats on your back anymore. I don't feel like we're
That's
even
true.
playing Mobius Final Fantasy anymore.
You're kind of right there. Man, I gotta tell you, looking up there and seeing the how this looks on that display,
Uh-huh.
where it's scaled down, that looks a lot more right than looking at the iPad.
Oh man, you're
which
right.
has
Jeez.
like the iPad's
the
native
iPad
display.
is very blurry.
Yeah, because its native display is like 1440p plus. Like it's way above 1080p. And then that's a 1080p wide image, or 1920p, you know, 1920 wide image. And it's taking this insane high resolution, scrunching it into the 1080 height, and oh look, it looks crisp there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't look bad up on our TV, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't exactly look great on my phone either, but it doesn't look blurry. Like, it's not instantly apparent that it's running at way lower res than
Can you have a full steel
display.
face mask? That's weird.
But, there are many other things in this game. Many other things. Let me just claim all this bullshit.
Yeah, I like that there seems to be a lot you can do without paying.
Yes,
Like-
I haven't hit that brick wall yet.
Yeah.
I look forward to hitting that brick wall.
And there's a real story that goes on at all, which, I mean, it's not good, but it's there.
It is so Dissidia. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't go into that. So let me explain. You wake up in a primordial ooze with you and a bunch of other ripped dudes who are in short shorts, and all of you are hoping that you didn't have the weirdest gay orgy of your life in the swamp. And then the voice of God is like, hey, dude, get up and go north. So then you do what I can describe as nothing other than a fucking shit job of going north.
Yeah, no, you didn't go north. I'm guessing
And-
your guy's going rogue.
So you keep
That's why
killing
you're following
stuff.
Garland.
Right, you keep killing stuff and keep traveling, and the Mog joins you eventually and tells you to do blah, and then Garland tells you that Vox is a dumb shit and he's way cooler and you should trust him and not Vox, and the prophecy's dumb. And the game, I shit you not, one part of the game criticizes people who play games like this. There's a dialogue where they're like, there's a bunch of blanks because all of you were called blanks when you were born, but then you get to select your name. And then they're like, oh, that's the name of the warrior light. Guess you're him. It was very special.
Yeah, it was like all of them chose that same name. That's why they went with blank.
So like, you're all blanks, and then you come up on a couple of blanks on the road, right? And they're like, man, I love fighting. Come on, you want to come fight with us? And you're like, no, that's okay. And they're like, no, fighting's what I live for, blah, blah, blah. And then the Mog's like, some people just keep fighting, and that's the only meaning in anything to them. They just want to win a battle, and that's good enough to keep them going. And then I'm like, wow, that was some weird criticism of like microtransaction-y games and how empty this game is with this like paper-thin narrative attached to it. And then the next cutscene
Okay.
is some dude being like, we're here to protect the temple. Are you okay? We can help you out, blah, blah, blah. And then the Mog, again, is just like, some people just take care of other people. That's how they find meaning in life. It's really sad. And it's just like, fucking God. Mog takes
Mog
no
is
yeah.
judgmental. I thought he might be the same Mog from Final Fantasy 13 because it looks the same, it sounds the same, but apparently this guy is a total
A
jerk.
total jerk. Hey, Bob.
Oh, there's Yuna.
Yep.
They mentioned Sarah earlier. Is it Sarah from Final Fantasy 13 or is it?
Not that I recognized. I believe that model was different.
Okay. That'd be weird.
You think I would have recognized Sarah inside of a crystal?
Right? That was her typical
that
state.
was her. That was her vanilla. And no, it didn't look like her, but it has been a while since I played Final Fantasy 13, and even longer since I've seen that cutscene.
So she, in a crystal, talks to you, right?
Yes, she's elsewhere.
Okay.
She communicated to you through the crystal.
Because that exact thing is how it started Final Fantasy Exvius or whatever. Mm-hmm. The mobile game that is released. But I know that's a trope of the Final Fantasies, but man, they are hitting that hard with these mobile games.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't know what to show you here other than these are the cards. I can select them. You can see I have a lot of the same one. A lot of the same one. Unfortunately, I can't, like, swipe in between cards.
Are
I
there
can show you the front.
advantages to having a lot of the same one?
No.
Or? No.
There's max levels on a lot of them. This is my swole as fuck card. It's an ice type. Cast Blizzara. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Oh man, it's pretty ripped.
Famfra is pretty ripped. Sup, fam? And then he opens the urn that ends the world, evidently.
Yes.
So yeah, you just get to customize and balance out your characters like that. I could use the heart element to cast this card if I threw that in instead of a dupe. Because I do have more than
so you
one
can either burn the heart elements to heal
to
automatically?
absorb straight into me, or cast this,
Okay.
which itself is a healing spell. So I would much rather just have multiple strengths of an ice spell or fire spell. So that way, you know, if I'm one short and this enemy's gonna die if I hit it with that spell, or it's gonna get its break gauge back and thus prolong this fucking battle.
Right.
I would like to have a spell within reach.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what I did with my deck.
What does the Cactuar do?
Cactuar? Okay, the Cactuar's fucking weird, man. And you're forcing me into going into a system that I don't quite remember exactly how it works, but here we go. We'll go for the bonus.
You could have just told me, oh, he does nothing.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
He don't do anything. But yeah, the fusion system, I thought I accessed it through the card. I access it through that, which brings up the exact same card list. But in any case, you fuse Cactuars with other things. So let's say I wanted to do that, right? Okay. Select fusion cards. We will fuse that with whatever I do is going to be a terrible choice. But yeah, Cactuars are not things you can use. They're just fusionable things, much like these bottom three I have.
Okay. Those light bulbs, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them. I got garbage. There. I filled out all 5, but as you can see, that's going to take a buttload of gil.
Jeez, yeah. Where's your total? Oh, is that the top right? Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. The absolute top right.
Yeah.
Like all the way at the top. So let's say I was going to do that, which is probably dumb, but here we go.
So this is something you can do to kind of get rid of all these extra cards, I guess?
Yeah, and it will enhance the skill seed type stuff. That is scary. Oh well, here we go. Good luck. This is so tense.
Right.
Oh man, I might fuck up this mobile game that I'm borderline enjoying. Let's do it. Burn it to the ground. Good job. He's max level. So all that was good.
That's
because you would do that to level up a card or give it a new ability, but I didn't have an ability I could get because it was max level anyways. So if I were to do something like Una here, right?
Okay.
She's max level 4. So let me fuse some stuff with her, like say that. Everyone watching this who has actually played this game is losing their mind. You know what? We'll just do that.
And use all my gil. Who cares?
Whatever. I don't know how much longer I'll play this game. Yep. So there you go.
Wow, didn't even give her 1 level.
Nope, because those were weak sauce cards. If I had used that metal Cactuar, it would have given me 3,000 experience on her. So that's several times what all of those combined gave me.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But you can level them up just by using them, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That is the thing you can do. Yeah. So I have nothing in the bank. But yeah, so that system's there for leveling up stuff. That guy's saying hi to me.
Okay, what's up with the Ferry? You didn't mention that at all in the story.
That was a very recent thing in the story.
Okay.
So not everyone can hear Vox.
Yeah, Garland couldn't. We just saw.
No one can see that fairy but me.
Oh.
It's a very original element of the story that they're applying to many things.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. And especially when you see that guy has his own.
Right?
They're like, oh, that's the legendary fairy that leads adventurers to their doom, probably.
Oh, I haven't heard about that before.
Nope.
Nope. Definitely hasn't been any other thing.
Nope.
Ever. This is new.
It's a new game. So
came out today.
It came out today. It came out about 22 hours ago. I downloaded it right before I fell asleep at 7 in the morning. I'm a fancy dude with fancy helmet, mask.
Oh no! Stuff! Are you ready?
Okay, so that looks really similar to being an apprentice mage. Who would have thunk?
Look, Dan, it's not about that. It's about looking different, looking dope.
I mean, I do look dope. I look like Q from Street Fighter.
It's super weird that the mage wears a steel mask. Like, you wouldn't expect that.
Or I would, because that's a best case scenario. Okay, see if we can't break that down.
Almost.
Yeah. So when he does shield rot, it'll actually it'll stack me into the negative disadvantages on, Jeez, I don't have enough to do either ice spell. On defense, so it's kind of like in Pokemon when you have weak and defense stages. In Pokemon, I think it's up to 6 stages. Oh god. So if I had, I can use the resistance stuff to work against that, to counteract it. There we go. I still have nothing this guy's weak to.
Are you replaying the last level that you just did
No.
earlier? Okay.
No, this
Because I thought you'd be fighting Garland or something, because it kind of...
No,
into
they're
that.
just gonna keep trucking him around for the rest of this game, I'm sure.
I, Garland, would never betray you. You're called the Betrayer. I don't know, man.
No, what? Who calls me that? Better not be you, motherfucker, or I'll kill you.
Yeah, about that, Garland. You keep telling me that exactly, like verbatim. It's really worrying.
It's pretty obvious you've been thinking about killing me before this incident.
Hitting him with all them spells.
Yep, I really should have been hitting him with my stick since he's staggered.
Say goodbye. I'm impressed that this entire thing has a dubcast. I mean, I feel like we don't get that on games we pay money for and should get that.
That was a mistake. I am playing like shit since I'm doing this quick play now.
Right.
Is that the case?
Oh.
Look, the battery's too much.
Yeah, geez.
The game's too much for this poor battery. But yeah, when it comes to their other mobile games, do they not have dubs?
As far as I know, no. I mean, there's no actual voice acting
Okay,
in that other one.
Gotcha, so...
Because it's got more of that Super Nintendo style to it, I guess.
Right. So close to being staggered. Bloom and Doom. There we go. Be real great if I had a weakness for these a-holes.
Right.
At least I have resistance. I'm pretty sure the staggering is a time-based thing, not even a, turn speed sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the rest of the game kind of felt very turn-based.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
I am gonna die for the first time ever in this quick play.
But yeah, I mean, like, Setsuna was $40, and they couldn't even translate the guy going, ugh!
Yeah, jeez. Well, Setsuna's a whole pile of mistakes.
It's true.
Oh, here, what ails you?
Thank you. I'd rather not die in this quick play. Chew on this! This is the Monato's power! You?
I don't think you have that.
Oop, 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 oop. That's how it's done. So, Bob, should we talk about the shop?
I don't know, man. Tried to rope me into a whole dialogue tree tutorial about the shop. I'm not sure I'm ready.
And then you usually get a chest.
Ooh.
And that's a thing, I guess. They should wear clothes. The amazing thing is, you know how this guy woke up in a swamp orgy full of dudes like that, right?
You're right.
He says to the fairy when the first time he meets her, he goes, "Hey, you should really put on some clothes." And she's like as dressed as he is at that point. So it's like, did you guys even play your game?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
I thought that the earlier versions or like earlier release photos of this, like super early on, the guy was wearing even less than he ended up wearing in the full game.
Yes.
Which weird that they changed, but
They probably realized how fucking incredibly ludicrous it was. So now we finally have a branching path, and I feel like that's a good place to end this. We can go to the shop, though, I guess. How much does Magicite cost? Wow, that costs a lot.
yeah.
Well, this one's the best value, though.
What's Magicite used for,
you should
Dan?
get that one. I forgot. What's Magicite used for, Bob?
I don't know. They haven't told me yet. I didn't
Are
finish
you
that
sure?
tutorial.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Because
Because
so many friend tickets. System I totally didn't mention.
Is her name Echo?
Yes.
Is she a dolphin?
Nope.
Is she gonna put more clothes on?
You get more spirits. The only difference between all of them is aesthetic only. So I could change my comment.
Ah. Huh.
Let me just go ahead and and then it undoes my caps lock. So annoying. This'll fit.
I'm sure. Oh,
There
wow.
we go. Yep. 64 characters is a lot.
It is.
I'm used to the keyboard on my phone too instead of that one. So that took a little bit longer than it would have on my phone. So Bob, you asked me an interesting question
What was that?
about Magicite.
Oh, right. Magicite.
Well, let me tell you, Bob. Where is it?
Main story, explore chapter 1. I feel like that's going to be the only chapter that's out now, and we're going to hit a point in the game where it's like, okay, wait for us to update.
Yeah, I feel like that's coming.
Which is the same thing that they did with their last one.
What? Exvius?
Yeah, Exvius.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, apparently, this is chapter 1, so there's only one more chapter.
Okay.
Let me hit help, and then, advanced guide.
Was that seriously telling you to use the Final Fantasy Portal app?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Exvius won't even talk about that thing.
It won't?
Yeah.
It's that bad?
It didn't mention it anywhere that I saw. And I downloaded that thing like months ago just to get the free copy of Final Fantasy 2 I think they were giving away.
That's cool.
But that thing is dumb.
Bob, let me tell you all about Magicite. Magicite isn't real.
Okay.
It does nothing in this game except for fill that bar in the upper right really slowly. See how it says 2 full, 6 hours, 22 minutes, and 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I can click this and cash that in. And now I have more Magicite. And now I feel better as a person because I own more Magicite, and that's all Magicite does in this game, Bob.
Well, I guess if you want to pay them, you
I
can.
guess I could, but I just feel so great at 1161 Magicite, I don't need to.
This video was brought to you by the incredible generosity of our executive producer, Vincent Poverk. Go to patreon.com and become a Vincent Poverk today.